This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, Charmaine. Hi, Shy.
How are you?
Hey.
Just, texting you. I didn't know if it was gonna start automatically.
Oh, I was starting it.
Thank you so much. Is your bio presentation already over?
No, she didn't even call me. So I'm waiting on her. So I kind of be in and out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said 6:15, but she drives for cats. So she's probably
Oh,
delayed.
nice. Well, at least it sounds like when I hear people that have good jobs, I get excited because I feel like it's definitely gonna be a pre-approved.
Right.
Like, oh, you drive the cat, girl, we're good.
Listen, you good. You done been there how many years? Oh, don't
Right,
worry about it.
right.
I'm gonna go
Good
ahead and
job.
make you the host.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi,
I'll
Shy.
I'll still be in the background though if you need me.
Okay, how are you doing? Oh, I can't hear you on mute.
Oh, my bad. I said all over the place. I had class today.
What class are you taking?
302. I'm taking my last post.
Oh, nice.
Get them over with. What you been up to today?
Nothing really. Make some phone calls.
Yeah.
That's it. Not too much.
Oh, Charmaine, do we have a buyer presentation?
The one not other than the one in the lifestyle app that Miss Evans uploaded.
Okay, I couldn't get in there for some reason. I know you sent it to me, but I couldn't get in there.
Let's see. So when you clicked on her name in the app, did it show it to you?
It just showed me the buyer consultation, but it didn't show me the presentation.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Mm, Yeah, when I click on it, it comes up for me. When I search it, it says edible buyer presentation.
Is there any way you can download it and send it to me?
Yes. I wonder if, let's see, not
Thank you.
the same one.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening. Let's see.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, let me see if I can save it. I will give people until 6:35 and we'll get started.
Oh, okay, can I share this really quick?
Yeah, sure. You want me to stop
Oh,
sharing?
so I am the introverted realtor, so I don't do a whole lot of 3-foot rule and all that. But the lady that I have the buyer presentation with, she was actually in the parking lot at the office going to get her nails done.
Hmm?
Yeah, so when I saw her, huh?
Oh, I said, really?
Yeah, like Sean say, don't miss the opportunity to talk to someone because he'll talk to anybody, the waitress, the whoever. He'll talk to everyone. So I was like, you know what? Today is the day. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get up the nerve and I'm gonna do it. So I'm leaving out of the building and I saw her. She pulled up in this nice Benz. So I said, "Oh, hey, Miss Benz." And so she turned around And she said, "Hey," I said, "Oh," "I see you got your wallet," because she had beans on her wallet too. I said, "I see you got your beans on your wallet." I said, "That's a beautiful car." And so she said, "Oh, thank you." And she said, "Where you?" She said, "You gonna get your nails done?" I said, "No, I actually work at a real estate firm upstairs." And she said, "Oh, I'm looking to buy a house." And I said, "What?" I was like, "It really does work." I've tried it more times than just that time, but it just surprises me every time someone responds when you step outside
Hmm.
the box. So I just wanted to share that story. And, like I said, she got 20 something years in the cat. So we're going to go ahead and get that 401k
Right.
and get her into a house.
That
Yes.
is so good. That just like worked out perfect.
Congrats.
Hmm.
Thank you. So
And this
hopefully
happened
that's motivating.
when was this?
This was a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, you know how you give a person your card and you don't think they're really gonna call you, but she
Hmm.
really did call me. So I just hope that was some motivation for you all who are getting started and like me, an introverted realtor, just say it, just do it. It really does work.
Yeah, that is perfect. That worked out. Yeah, like I said earlier, I love when people have a good job. Or like I know their job is a good job. I'm like, oh, this is exciting. And you said how long has she been with Kat?
Over 20 something years.
401k jumping.
Yeah.
Even if she don't have no money in her savings account, she got it in the 401k.
She
Perfect.
she definitely does too. So for those who are, looking for clients, all you have to do is just stand outside the building, and so many people walk inside that nail salon, and you'll be surprised every day.
I'm gonna just go in there and go get my nails done.
Yeah, get the nails done, or stalk them in the parking lot.
Right. And then I feel like where the office is located, that nail salon to me is like it's a good like the people that come in there probably got a coin, just a little coin. Where is that,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I think we just need some more marketing material right there because we're in the perfect location.
Hmm.
A flag or
Mhm.
some balloons, or maybe stand outside. You know what? We're gonna put a pin in that, but we're gonna
Right.
talk about
Because
what we're gonna do.
in the Harrisburg office, Miss Evans, she puts out a sign that says realtor on duty. So that would be
Mhm.
nice if one was like out there, and people
Hmm.
can know like to come upstairs or
Mhm.
like, that someone's up there to assist them.
You know what? Let me work on that next week. I'm gonna go ahead and get the sign so we can get then everybody can
Right.
come in and be on realtor duty. So you can take
Mhm.
turns.
Yeah, that would be nice to have a realtor on duty like other offices do that.
Hmm. I
Yep, go
love
ahead,
it.
Alicia.
I'll
Pitch
bring.
that idea.
Yep. I'm gonna take it to him right now.
So we will go ahead and get started. Everybody have a great weekend. Did everybody make it on Saturday?
Yes, I did.
I remember seeing a few people. I had a great time. It was really, really nice.
Yes, it turned out really nice.
Yeah, it was nice to see everybody. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. So tonight, our training is going to be on seller's presentation. So has anyone in here already had a listing before?
Nope.
Nobody? Okay.
I had one a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah,
When you had it a long time ago, did you do a listing presentation?
I did.
Okay. And can you tell us about that and like how did it go and like what you did?
Um, Gosh, it was long time ago. But yeah, I did I had like a listing presentation, like a PowerPoint that I actually printed out, actually did it in person, went to the person's house, and then, I don't know why my camera's acting up, but yeah, did a listing presentation and just kind of went through the house, asked them a bunch of questions about the house. I didn't spend a lot of time on the history because I know a lot of people try to spend too much time on the history, but I know it's all about how can you help me. So I tried to make sure I focused on the meat and potatoes of how I could help them. So
Okay, right. I would definitely agree with that. I've had a few listings. And me personally, I never email my listing presentation. I always do it in person. Definitely because if it's not a referral or, you know, like a family member, then you really have to sell yourself with a listing presentation. So this listing presentation we're going to go through is it's just a few things that you would want to include, but you would definitely want to make your listing presentation your own. This is just pretty much like the template, but you definitely want to take it, make it about you and what you can offer. So we'll go ahead and get into it. So as a seller in this market, you want three things, and that's to get your home sold quickly, to get the most money possible, and to have a smooth process from start to finish. And literally those are the most important things to get that home sold quickly. I don't know if everybody recalls during COVID, homes were like flying off the market. And everybody was just like, to me, it was so different because like you really didn't have to do anything. As a realtor, you just put the home on the market. You didn't have to do no open houses. You didn't have to like tell them much. The home was just gonna sell. It was just crazy. So like, I mean, I feel like during that time, realtors didn't have to do a lot. But recently in November, or was it September? This past September, I had a listing, and which I feel like it was after the market, of course, slowed down. Homes wasn't selling like, you know, like right now we're already back to doing open houses. Before, people didn't have to do open houses during COVID. Like there was like no such thing as having to do one. But I had a listing in September in Concord. And y'all, when I say it took forever to get that house up, and the crazy thing is, it was a repeat client. So I helped her buy the house, and she was ready to sell within, she bought in 2020, and we just sold in 2023. It literally was the most challenging thing I had to go through because that was my first listing. It did not really like fly off the market.
Mental health.
And
I would love support.
Can somebody put the phone on mute, or can I? Let's see.
Definitely, it's not monetary gifts, of course. There's money. Definitely prayer and all.
Jessica, mute your.
And need you pray.
Oh wait, can I mute her?
Jessica. Yeah, you should be able to.
Okay, Leah, I gotta find her name again. Okay, I think it stops. But so during that time, of course, I did have my listing presentation. I was able to go over the things with my client, but the most important thing that helped me during that time is like building a relationship with them and really like checking in with my client, like talking to them weekly, giving them updates. Because right now, as you know, like people, if you've seen the group chat, have listings and they're not flying off the market like that. So you really have to sell yourself in your presentation to let them know like what you're going to do, the time frame in that area. And for my listing, for example, like where it was located was behind the house was a busy road, which I felt like killed like it was so hard to get the house out. And what my client had did was we had went under contract. Well, they called me when they got a new construction development and literally was signing and needed to get their house sold. So they went under contract without me even being able to like let them know like, hey, like we need time to get this listing on the market and we need time to get it sold. We literally went under contract on a new construction and had to sell their house. And we were supposed to sell it in 30 days. And it took almost like 50 plus days to get them sold, which was super frustrating. And it wasn't my fault necessarily because they went under contract without consulting me first about it. But the listing presentation, again, is super important to just go over what you can do for your client and to just be honest about the process. And when you do present your listing presentation, you always want to make sure before you give them, me personally, before I give you a market analysis, I need to come see your house. I need to come see like what's going on inside your house. Just because it's in a neighborhood that does well, if the home isn't upkeep, they haven't did much with the home, it may not sell as fast as their neighbors. And that's also something that you'll have to explain to your clients when you do a seller's presentation. So I always would suggest when you do start to do these sales presentations, try to do it in person at their actual home. I usually go to their house and like ask them to like show me around, show me the different things about their house so you can have an honest presentation with them. Alicia, do you have any input on that? Nope. Okay. So our next slide says 72% of homeowners said they didn't like the agent they chose to list their home. Does anybody have any idea like why you might not like the agent that you choose to list your house?
Probably not doing what they were supposed to be doing to get their house sold.
Or if it didn't sell as fast as they wanted to, they just kind of attached that fault to the listing agent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think
And
I mean,
sorry. Go ahead.
I think communication as well. Like the more you communicate with your client.
Right. I would definitely agree with all of those answers. And this next slide says that most agents just put a sign in your yard, which most agents do that. Again, if you have an agent that came on during COVID that's used to a popping market and things just flying off the market, they may not know what to do. Because if a home isn't getting sold within 2 days or 48 hours. So most of the time they do just put the sign in your yard, submit a mediocre listing in the MLS, and contact a few people about your home. When you guys are looking at listings, do you read the agent or the public remarks when you're looking at it, like what the agent has to say about the home? So that area on your listings, I feel like that's the most important part. It usually sells people a lot on the actual home. So for example, say if you have a home that's located in University area and it's near a lot of shopping areas, it's important to put that in your listing, in your notes on the listing, because people like when they can see information about the home. Because most of the time we have people moving here who don't know where the home is, but if you put in the listing like home with a beautiful backyard, a beautiful oasis located in the middle of uptown next to 10 minutes from Trader Joe's, 10 minutes, people gravitate to those notes. Like when you put that stuff in there, people are like, oh my God, I would love to live next to Trader Joe's. Me personally, I don't live near Trader Joe's and I would like to, and it's so far from my house. So if I'm looking for a house, of course, something like that is going to gravitate. Like I'm gonna be like, oh my God, that's so good because I love to shop there. So whenever you are putting listings in the MLS, you want to be detailed about the home. You want to make the notes stand out about the home as well. Also, most agents, what they do is contact a few people about your home. So they're not doing much and you're just waiting for the phone to ring and hopefully hear from your agent. So those are the things that make your customers or clients lose interest in you selling their home, and they'll move on to another agent. They will literally, contact you and ask you to terminate their contract so they can move on and work with someone else. And so here at Lifestyle, we have a much more professional and proactive approach. So how quickly will your home sell when you list it? So this is Miss Evans, the PowerPoint that she has. So on average, her days on market is 21 days. And this is for Mecklenburg and surrounding counties. And average days on the market is 117 days. So for example, if you put this in your listing presentation, you still want to do your research about that particular home, where it's located. You don't want to put, or you can still put the 21 days, but you want to explain to them, like, what if the average in the area you're looking at is on the outskirts and the average is 50 days? So you want to explain that in your PowerPoint. You don't want to just share this with them and they're stuck on 21 days, because people will hold you to whatever you say. So you definitely want to do your research, be honest about how many days it may take, and just, let them know what the time in the market around them is doing. Even if it's down the street, it could be down the street from a new community who is selling quickly. That doesn't necessarily mean their home is going to sell as quickly. So you just want to definitely do your research when you have your sales presentation. So how much more money will you get by listing with me? Ms. Evans puts down that hers is 104% of the list price. And again, this is your personalized presentation. Do your research. And if you're not comfortable with telling someone they're going to get 104%, then don't put that part in there. Make it, something that you're comfortable with sharing with that person. Okay, let's see. The Mecklenburg and surrounding counties average list versus sales price ratio is 100% of the list price. I believe that's pretty much accurate. The average home in Mecklenburg County, I don't believe it's 350,000 anymore. I think it's much more than that. Does anybody know what the average price is in Mecklenburg County right now? I want to say it's like in the 400s. Yeah, I don't know the exact average price, but I think it is much more than 350,000. So how much time and money can you afford to lose before you list your home risk-free with the #1 realtor in the area? Here's how I do it. It's my 27 proactive plan of action at your home. So So I'm not going to read all of this, but it goes over my job is getting as many qualified buyers, communicating on a weekly basis, discover why your home actually doesn't sell. So in your PowerPoint as well, you can explain to your client that once the home is listed on the market, you do have the option to get feedback. If during the time your home is listed and you're not getting a lot of offers, but everybody's saying, oh, the colors are dull, the paint is not a welcoming color, that's feedback that you want to share with your client. And you can let them know during your presentation. If there is feedback like that, I will provide it to you. And during that time, you can make changes, or we can add in a listing. Hey, we're going to give a paint credit, or we'll give a credit that your clients can use to upgrade, paint or do whatever they need to the home. So when you do have a listing, you do get feedback like this, and it will, you can share it directly to your client, which will help. And they'll know you're being proactive, because you can come to them in the middle of the listing and say, hey, the home's not selling because that bathroom looks horrible, or like certain things in the house, people are just saying that they don't really like, and you can give your client opportunity to change that. So that's certain things you will also want to explain during your listing presentation as well. And something that I usually do when I have a listing, I always say if someone comes to see the home and they give feedback, but it's very vague, I'll call the other agents and say, hey, what is it that your client is looking for? What can we do to make the deal happen? Is there anything you suggest that, what can we do to get your client to put an offer in on this home? And that is also you being proactive. So when you're going through your listing presentation, you just want to tell them exactly what you're going to do and how you're going to send out from different agents, other than just taking a no for an answer. Let's see. So our job is to make sure you get your home sold quickly, get the most money possible, and to have a smooth process from start to finish. So the following outlines the 27 proactive plan of action to get your home sold. And so what you'll do is create a customized power of solid strategic plan to sell your home, which includes staging, pricing, and over-the-top marketing. Something I always do with my clients when I have a listing is I go into your home, of course, when I present my listing presentation, but then I come back and help you stage. I don't take pictures when you have stuff all over the place, and I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with my client. Like, your house looks, I'm not going to look messy, but I'm going to help them tidy up. I usually always go when my photos will be taken and move things around, take things off the bed, or, just make it so it's more presentable. Because you can see things that the seller can't see, but you want to be there and let them know, like, this is what I'm going to do for you during this staging process. And sometimes people will need to bring in stagers to help present the home. Sometimes homes sell better having staging furniture inside of it than having nothing at all. Because some people need to see the vision of the home if it's empty. Does anybody have questions where we're at? Anything?
I wanted to tell you that I looked that up. It's $450,000 is the average price in the homes in Mecklenburg County.
Okay, thank you, Stacey. So see, that's something. And then with your listing presentation, you're gonna have to always go in and change your numbers before you send it over or before you go to present. You want to make sure you're not giving them, false information. So again,
I had another question. Can you scroll down? I mean, yeah, scroll down. It was that, keep going. Oh, was it that far up? Okay, no. It was right. One more time down.
This way or the other way?
Yeah. So, with the Tijuana, that 104, as I guess what I'm saying is, it's the firm's listing. Is it good just to brag on her, just to let them know that she's on our team, or you wouldn't do that?
I brag on me and me only.
Okay.
Yeah, so I never talk about anybody else in the firm but myself.
Okay.
Yeah, so all of this information, anywhere you see her name, you want to take it and make it about you. Now you can brag on lifestyle and say like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have people on our team that they have 104%. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that.
I probably would
Because
say
I mean, what do we put right now? Because we haven't sold anything.
Right. Yeah, you're right. So you can put that, but I would put our firm has, like, I always refer to the
like
firm.
lifestyles average list.
Right, but not any particular person. So yeah, you can always say my firm, we have 104% of list price, we get back. You can always say the firm. Just don't refer to
Yes.
anybody in particular other than, yourself. You can always say the firm, though. That does work.
Yeah, because we're going to have to say the firm right now because I've never listed before. So.
Right. Yeah, you're right. And
They
that's okay.
don't know
You can definitely do that.
They don't know that, Stacey.
Right. They don't. And you always know more than they do. So, I mean, if they go in and look at the stats of lifestyle, because like you said, it is lifestyle to listing,
Right.
then what are they going to say? They don't know. They're not going to look into that. So you can say that our firm has 104% of list price ratio.
Right.
You can.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So the next point was just exactly what I was talking about. Be completely open and honest with you about the condition of your home. So that's another part, like I was talking about earlier. You don't want to tell them that their home is going to sell for something it's not going to sell for, especially if it's in a really bad condition. And so you definitely want to be honest, and you're going to give them feedback from the people who come and view the home. You want to just be totally honest with them. Like if the home next to it is selling for $350,000, but their home needs a new water heater, heating it, roof or something, you're not going to get the same amount as someone next to you just because you're in the same location. So the next one says to give you another checklist, ready, set, show. You can, and I believe we do have some checklists that you can provide to your clients to get them ready to list their home and different things they'll need to do to prepare for the listing. For example, this one says to show the home the most positive light and what to do on a daily basis. I always like for my clients to open up the blinds so light shines in. It just helps when someone is looking at the home. So those are certain things you would put on the listing. The day of showings, make sure to turn on all lights, to have the blinds open. So you can actually build your own checklist, and I believe we do have one where you can give it to your client so they'll know this is the things you need to do to make sure we can get your home sold. And then you would discuss with you our 10 ways to sell your home quickly. Other agents don't even know about that and don't have confidence and knowledge to do so. And we're here to actually earn a commission. And so we will get those 10 ways to sell your home quickly for you as well. And then the next one is initiate our signature VIP client service. And a lot of times, we do have checklists and certain things that'll list this for you, but this is just things you should be doing as an agent. We're calling it a signature VIP client service, but it's really things you should be doing as an agent, as a listing agent, to get the home sold, that a lot of agents aren't doing right now. Okay. And I'm not going to read through all of those. Has anyone held any open houses for the firm? I know they post them every week.
Right, I have.
And how has that been?
We had one person come to the open house. I think it was more so it should have been marketed way sooner than when I decided to market. It was my first one. So I was, trying to figure out what to do, what not to do, how to do this, how to do that. So it was really just a trial and error on that first one. So I know the next open house, what I need to do.
Okay. Has anyone else held an open house? So if you haven't,
I had one, Charmaine.
And how did yours go?
I have one as well.
I had no one come, but it was a really quick listing though. I think it went on the market it actually went live in MLS on Thursday. But all of the checklist that I was provided, everything I did everything on the checklist, everything went well with that piece of it, but it was just a traffic piece.
Okay. And Star, how did yours go?
Mine went good.
So you were able to get some leads from your open house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And then we did door knocking before and all that. I don't know if it was due to that. I did the emails where I sent out emails to everyone that was on my farming list in that area. I sent out text messages, and we did door knocking the day before.
Oh, good. Okay, great. That's what I was going to get into next. So there is an open house checklist that realtors will need to review. I don't like, me personally, being put on the spot a day or two before open house because you don't have time to actually market it. I say give yourself at least, 3 to 4 days, or so you can have, how long Star, how soon before you did it did you start your marketing?
Oh, at least a week before. Like if I see them in the chats and it's a couple days before, I'm not even going to do it. It's going to be a waste of time, to be honest with you. So if it's day before and I've seen it on like a Monday or Tuesday, I just feel like I'm just not prepared for it. Like I need to mentally know a week before and kind of just so people can put it on their calendar. I'm not a last minute person, so you can't send me something like Tuesday and be like, stop by. I mean, if I absolutely don't have anything to do, but I just feel like it just needs to be planned. So I don't. Yeah, a couple of days before. I feel like that's why a lot of times it's not a turnout. And if you don't get the chance to be able to do door knocking, send the text messages, send the emails, you're just hoping and praying somebody sees that sign by like walking down the street. So you're just really babysitting a house. So if you don't have time to be able to market, then for me, it would be a no for me, to be honest with you.
I totally agree with Star. I think you're doing your client a disadvantage when you don't fully market it. Because you need to do the door knocking, you need to have whoever's going to do it for you, need to do the full checklist of getting it marketed, because that's how you're going to have people stop by and see it. And you want people to come out, even if they come with their agent, or, you need to make sure you do a full, give yourself a week to do an open house so it can be effective. And so people can learn about it and be excited about it. I like when we have listings or not have listings and it doesn't go live until the day it goes live is the day we have open house. So you can build up that, like, people are excited to come to the open house. They're excited to see the house because you don't let them see it before. So that always works as well to actually build people up to want to come see it. So I highly suggest, like, when you're doing a listing presentation, you want to let them know, like, this is what we're going to do before the open house. We reach out, we door knock, we call, we send text messages, we send emails, we market it on all the different social medias, we send it out. So you want to make sure they understand what you're going to do. So they'll know that you're promoting their listing. Okay. And so these are the few different sites, the Realtor.com, Trulia, Zillow, many other websites that showcase listings. I know if you've already started doing real estate and you're doing it all the time, your clients send you Zillow more than anything. You can literally send them the same house in the MLS and they will send it back to you on Zillow. So people love Zillow. Zillow is like the #1 site for like searching homes.
Charmaine, I had a question.
Yes.
When you say for the marketing piece to send out text messages and emails, is there a way to do like a mass text, or are you doing that like what's the process, I guess, is what I'm trying to understand, of getting the contact information for your farming area, sending out that text or email? Like, how are you doing that?
So how I do it, our TA, Sandra, on our team, I give her the address of the listing and she pulls it up. I don't know, Alicia, do you know the name of that system that they use? And it pulls up like 100, 200 different contacts around the area, and it'll give you their address, email, and phone number. And that's what we use to send out the marketing information. Now, to send it, when you sent it out, did you mass send out your text message, or you had to do it in each individual contact?
A mass if you have it set up that way, but I've kind of already a mass, but of course it doesn't go out as a group. Kind of like the email where you send out a mass, but you're not sending it out so it's in a lump group like you're using the BCC.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So
but normally, it's not 500 people on the list, but just for time's sake. Right. I mean, because you're just doing it in a certain amount of radius, so you're not sending it out to like 500 people. But for time's sake, yeah, definitely the app, and it depends on if you have Android or iPhone as to which app.
Yeah, so the list that you can get, most of our brokers in charge, their assistants can send that to you, because that's where you got yours from, Star, too, right? From Sandra, did she send that to you?
No, I got it from Alicia. I don't know why she ain't answer you as to where
I think she did
get it from, but I was new at the time, so I had got it from Alicia. I forget. It's in my notes. I'm waiting on somebody to show a property, but it's in my notes as to how we can get it on our own. But I got it from Alicia.
Well, I use the TAs because that's what they are there to help us.
Sorry, I'm here.
Alicia, where do you get yours?
What was the question?
where do you get your list from of the contacts? I get mine from Sandra that you send out the marketing information to based on the address. I know it's a system that they, or some type of system they use to pull contacts in a mile radius from the house.
I get mine from Mojo. When I do
Okay,
the
I think
basic
that's
search in Mojo.
okay. That's probably what Sandra get hers from too. So when you guys do get a listing, you can reach out to myself or Alicia or whoever is your broker in charge or the person in the office, and we all can get access to we just give us the address and we can send you a list of contact marketing information.
Yes, we
I
can.
got the Mojo for getting the list, but then once you have the list, is there an app or a system that you use to send a mass text?
So what is that? Let me see. Alicia, do you recall what was that app or started one that we were trying to talk about when we had that challenge that sends out mass messages? I can't remember the name of it.
There's a lot of different ones. So again, it depends on which phone and which one you like. There's a whole bunch of them. I'm Android though. I'm not iPhone. Y'all was giving iPhone info.
I can't remember the name of the app. Lisa, do you remember the one that it was like in our challenge that we had for the platoons, and you could like download the app and it'll send out a mass message to everyone individually? What was it called, Lord? Let me see.
I'm not sure what it was. I wasn't in that platoon. You
Let me
mean
go.
like a mass email or a mass
Or a
text?
text message. It was like, I can't remember the name of it. Hold on. I downloaded it. Let me see. I'm gonna figure it out. Give me 1 second. Everybody kept asking, like, how do you use it? But that's exactly what you could do with it.
Can you
I'm
drop
at
it in the chat?
what you
Whenever
say?
you find it? Can you drop it in the chat?
Yeah, when I find it, I will.
Okay.
I just
It
can't
was
remember.
Reach.
Reach. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what
Reach.
it was. So yeah, with Reach, let me go back to it in my phone. You have to put the contact numbers in, but it'll send out a mass message to everyone, like one message, and it'll go out to everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's keep moving along. So this goes on to just give different the 27 things that we'll do. I'm gonna share this to everyone so you can just go through it, but it just goes through, how we're going to list the home and the steps that we're going to take. Has anyone ever been to broker open? I personally I've never hosted a broker open. It's nice. I feel like, when the homes are like a higher price point, but I be wanting to see actual people want to buy a house, not they brokers. That's just my personal take on it. But I have seen people have broker opens all the time to get input on the home and see what other agents think about it. Okay, and we just talked about this, suggest and advise any changes you want to make to get the home sold, and weekly communication to update changes in the market. We prospect 2 hours a day, each and every day, looking for a buyer to move up for our listings. And also with this prospecting reverse, I know most of you probably, if you've had buyers, you get reverse prospecting emails all the time. That's something that the listing agent usually does when they're trying to get a buyer for the home as well. All right. Call all for sale by owners and inspire listings daily to see if they may be interested when you're home. Oh, I've never did that one before for sale by owners. So you have a lot of little things here that you can do and explain to your client that you will do to get their home sold. Okay. Okay. Does anybody have questions about these 27 different things? And again, I'm going to share it to you so everyone can go through it. No questions? Let's see, where are we at on this? Okay, so today's buyers do 3 things to find a home. They preview neighborhoods. My exclusive Sunday tour of homes is the answer, getting your home exposed to buyers, agents, and their centers of influence. The first thing buyers do is drive and look around the neighborhood to see where they see themselves living, and don't miss the opportunity to get your home seen, and search for homes on the internet and hire an agent. So we want to make sure that our clients are getting all the attention their home deserves. And in your listing presentation, you'll want to add a section where it says testimonials, where you can have feedback from clients that you've worked with. And it doesn't always have to be just listing clients. It could be the buyers as well, where you can add their testimonies on here. Because when you do this presentation, I know most of you haven't had a listing yet, but you will want to have something here. You don't want to leave it blank. So just get a review about yourself and how you've helped someone find a home, and just put it right here. All right, and then you have an About Me page. And again, this is Miss Evans about her. So of course, yours will not read like this. But you can, take things out and add them. For example, she talks about her doing short sales and foreclosures. If you haven't done those things, you don't have to put them there. You can take those things out if you don't want to list or, tell a little lie about you doing foreclosures. So you can take that out as well. Okay. Yeah. So does anybody have questions about this one? Let me see. I do have a Google slide. Give me 1 second. So nobody had questions about listing presentations?
Nope. Hope I get one soon. This was helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, sorry.
And just like Classic, I'm just going to show you guys a quick overview of the one that I usually use. Let's see. And so mine is showing you. Let me know when y'all can see it. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
So this is the PowerPoint that I use. It's 37 pages. 37 slides. Yours does not have to be 37 slides. But I usually get through the information pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna just skip through it so you can see, because you can create your PowerPoint however you would like for it to look. And you can use different colors. I do make sure on your PowerPoint though you do have the logo for any marketing information that you put out as well.
Did you do this on Canva and to get the logo up at the top?
I can share this with you all and you just would change it. This was done a long time ago and we just keep changing it. I think it was actually done in PowerPoint and not Canva. So yeah, this is just the image and I just put it right there.
All right.
Yeah. So I can share you this one with you. This one has specialized knowledge. It gives definitions and just explains some things to the seller as well. And of course, when you go through, you can, take out the different photos, make it your own. And of course, you could list your track record and just different things here. So yeah, this one's 27 pages. 27. And like this cancellation guarantee, you don't have to put that in there. You could take that out as well. So yeah, that is all that I have. Anybody have any questions? Let me make sure I share everything I'm supposed to share.
So Charmaine, when you do your presentation with a potential seller, you do it on Zoom, I take it, with all 27 pages of your presentation?
I do it in person. So I like to go to their home if they allow me to meet with them, to just kind of like, because the different parts in the PowerPoint, I like to be in person with them at the actual location that the home is. So you can kind of talk about, different things in the home. I like to meet them at their house if they allow and walk through the house and then do my seller presentation.
Okay.
Now, if I have to do it on Zoom, I will, but my goal is always to do it in person.
Okay.
Yeah, just because when you're going through talking about condition, like if you walk in the seller's house and you can see like the wall has marks all over it, or like different things like that. You can give them, feedback and say, like, for example, we may end up having to do a paint, give a paint credit just due to the different things in the home. Like you can it'll help you guide yourself through the listing presentation, in my opinion, when you're in person. Star, I know you had a listing. How did you do your first one? Is she showing a home? I know she said she had to show a home. Okay, she may not be available to talk, but
Just said something that because I'm getting ready to have to okay, one of my clients is looking at a potential home, right? So she looked at it through the one home that I sent her. Walls are dirty. It's like the walls are dirty and the window is busted out. Like one of the windows is busted out. They ripped the carpet off the floor. I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy, what is going on with this house? Like I haven't she's still working on her pre-approval, but the house just went on the market. So I'm like, well, how am I supposed to proceed with this home? Why is this home looking like that? The carpet is ripped up. One of the floors, like it has like a big crack in it.
So, is your client?
How would you handle that? Because you're gonna have to say something to the sellers because the walls are dirty.
So how I would present it. So your client is the buyer, right?
Yes.
I like to always make sure that people know things are always like that's all cosmetic. So we're looking at the bigger picture. We're looking at the house. I'm going to ask the seller's agent. We need a credit. We need a credit for cosmetics. We need a credit for paint, carpet. You go in and ask for all these things. Those aren't enough reasons to back out of a home unless like, your client is just big on it. But all of those things can be fixed if a credit. And my opinion in that situation is ask for the credit and do it yourself. Do not allow them to fix it. I don't like to, because in the contract it says it has to be done in a workmanlike manner, which that just means they could patch it up.
Okay.
And I don't like that for my clients. I'm like, just take the money, do it yourself so you know it's done the way you like it, instead of you having to take the home and they just go in. Like you can paint it yourself and that's done in workmanlike manner. You don't have to give the buyer a receipt for that.
Okay.
So the contract does not say it needs to be done in a like it doesn't have to be done by an actual company. It can be done by the sellers.
But is that something that you can put in the contract, that it needs to be done by a professional and receipts need to be shown?
You can ask, but I've learned my lesson since I've been doing this. Just have your client do it themselves.
Okay.
Because I mean, yeah, just get the credit for it and do it yourself if that's something that you want done, because you want it to be done right.
So what about the purchase price? Do you negotiate the purchase price or leave the price alone and just get the credit?
It's up to you. So what helps your client out better? Is it getting a lower loan amount, or is it them getting an actual credit to take care of like their closing costs and down payment? Because what happens is when they get the credit, say if they get a $5,000 credit and they paying a $5,000 due diligence or something like that, it's just going to take care of that. So they're still gonna have to end up paying out of pocket. Does that make sense?
It does. It's just the money's allocated in a different area.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And then 5,000 off a loan amount really ain't that much. It doesn't change like their payment or anything, but you can ask the seller to cover their closing costs. So your client, if they're spending 16,000 in closing and you ask them for 10,000 in closing, now they bring less to the table and more to go towards their home and fixing the things that they want to fix.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But I mean, you can ask them to fix stuff.
Thank you for that, because I did look at the house. I was like, okay, they're kind of good at this house out. The outside is beautiful. I was like, okay.
Right. And then when you're on the listing side, that conversation should be, okay, as me being your agent, the walls need work, the windows are broken. We need to go ahead and include in the listing that you're willing to give a credit to fix these things. Because you're doing your client a disadvantage when you're not offering, like you're not being upfront. Like, okay, you need to fix this. So if they can't, most of the time, some sellers don't have the money to fix it. That's why you offer a credit at closing, so it will get eventually fixed by someone.
So are the times gone where sellers are not fixing or giving a credit for anything? It's like you take this home as is. Are those times gone, or
no?
they're still very much present?
I feel like the only time they might have drifted away was during COVID, but now if you notice, homes are sitting so much longer. Now it depends on the price point,
Yeah.
but sellers are having to do something.
Okay.
Especially if they want their home. So my little rule of thumb, if your home been on the market for like 2 or 3 weeks, we asking for stuff.
Oh, okay.
Now, I don't ask for things if it's like the first day and it's multiple offers. I don't ask. That's just me. Like if you really love the house and if it's multiple offers, most times sellers feel like they don't have to do nothing. But once we get past that 2 or 3 week time frame, you don't have no offers, I'm asking. So yeah, you just usually gauge it and see, if you want to ask, talk to the agent, if it's the buyer agent, or the seller's agent, and just ask them, like if their client is willing to fix anything. And before you present your offers, you always can have these conversations as well. Like call the other agent, talk to them, like what's important to your client, what are they looking for in an offer before you just send an offer.
You
So
said like me to call the listing agent first before?
Yeah, you can call her and say, hey, like my client is really interested in this home, but I noticed in the pictures that it needs a little TLC. Is your seller willing to give anything towards getting cosmetic or repairs or anything like that? And they'll let you know up front, like my client don't have it, or yeah, they're willing to, they'll let you know. And usually you can ask that before you present an offer or even go to the showing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it always helps. And I always call if I have questions or send a text message. Everybody want to text nowadays, but just send a text and ask them like if they're willing to do anything.
So you negotiate pretty well, I see.
Yeah, I try to help my clients out as much as possible. But I gauge it all off of time. Days on market is my favorite thing because I know I can get you where I need to get you if you've been on the market a little longer. Yeah, so I always ask if you've been sitting for a minute. All right. Anybody else have any questions?
You said you're going to send us this PowerPoint
Yes. I'll send you actually both of them. Let me
from last week too, the buyers. The buyers? Send me both of them.
Yes, I can send both of them. Oops. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna post it in the chat and see if y'all can go ahead and because I don't have everybody's like information. Give me one moment. This.
And Charmaine, I'm sorry if you said this already, but what is your average listing appointment? How long is your average listing appointment?
Ooh, I feel like that could take you like an hour, maybe 2 hours. It just depends, especially if you do it in person. As you get there, you be talking, building rapport, walking around. So I would give myself at least 2 hours to be the listing appointment.
Okay.
Because the goal is, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you prep them beforehand on what you may do before you get there, or?
No, well, if I have a conversation with them, I'll just say like I would like, to come over and do the listing presentation with you, and walk around the home to see, how the home looks and just to give you some feedback.
Okay.
And then the goal is though, I would say 2 hours because you want to do the listing presentation and hopefully roll into signing documents.
Got it.
And usually, sometimes you can do that all in one set and get them to sign while you're sitting there.
Okay.
So I would have everything already, if you speak it into existence, have your dot loop already up, ready to go for signatures, just fill in a little information that's missing as far as like price point and everything. But the goal is to do the listing presentation and them to be excited about working with you and ready to sign.
Do you split it up and like do like the first part of the presentation, then go take a walk, and then have them come back and give them a break?
I want to see the house first, me personally, just so when I go through and we start talking about conditions, I can kind of say, like, because you walk into somebody's house and you see dirty carpet, you're gonna be like, look, the carpet's gonna need a carpet credit. Like you want to be honest. You don't want to like, you feel them out. You know how to, you'll figure out how to, talk to the people, how to guide the conversation. You'll know if you can say the carpet dirty or not. You'll fill them out and see what you can and can't say. Because some people will be upfront with you and be like, I know my house needs work, but I don't have money. And then you explain to them, we can do credit. So you don't pay anything out of pocket and it comes off the top of what you get back. And that usually makes people feel better to know, like, I don't have to do this up front. They can do it themselves. Okay. And then you can have, sometimes general contractors will work on you know, it depends on your relationship with them, but being paid at closing, that can be a conversation as well. You don't want to sell that up front because some people do want to be paid, but that could be an option just depending on what needs to be done. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I cannot find, where's the search? I mean, this chat button at? Can somebody help me? I don't see how to like put it in the chat. Am I like missing something here?
It's under more. If you go
Okay.
to more,
Oh, thank you.
you got it.
I was over here struggling. Okay. Let's see. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna share this to everybody. Okay. And I'm gonna share it from the LIR app. Does anyone have any prospect listings coming up?
Yes, Charmaine, I actually have one coming up in June.
Sorry. Okay, when is yours?
June 1st that's when he wants to go live.
Oh, nice, nice. So are you prepared?
Yeah, so I've already done his listing presentation. I actually did it last Wednesday. So we're in the process now of just moving forward with that. So I had the same listing presentation that you just showed, but like you said, I edited it for myself. So
Okay, and did you do yours in person or Zoom?
yes, I did it in person. So I
Okay,
was
so
actually able to walk to the house. I was able to see the imperfections, to see the things that he needed to correct or fix. Kind of let him know he was in agreement to it. So, and we go from there.
okay, and how was he receptive to like your
Oh,
suggestions?
he was very receptive because like I got a hotel background and he actually knew me from my hotel background. So it's like, yeah, I know you got an eye for detail when it comes down to this, and this. So that's how I walked the house, you know, did a real good evaluation of the house. So and just let them know like, hey, you want this price? This is what we need to get fixed.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that worked out good.
It did. It did. It went really, 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 really well.
Okay. And so is he preparing anything or he's going to be giving out a credit?
So he's repairing like one was his overhead microwave. So he's getting another microwave put in, installed. He's getting another dishwasher installed. But other than that, the house was immaculate.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's see, that worked out good. Do you think it would have worked out the same way if you did it over Zoom?
No, because I was actually able to see the house instead of with Zoom calls you can always manipulate what the person on the other side sees, right? So
Right.
if you know you got a hole in the wall over here, you're not going to show them that hole in the wall. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I was it's better to actually see it in person.
Right. Okay. I definitely agree. So were y'all able to download the edible buyer presentation?
I have it. Yes.
Okay. Let me share the listing. Okay. Okay. Let me know if y'all can see both of those.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to download it. But that's all I have. So after you download it, you can go ahead and log off, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charmaine.
Thank you. Y'all have a good evening.
Me too.
Thank you, Charmaine.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Charmaine.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
Okay, you too.